Scene opens on a cozy log cabin in the middle of a snowy, windswept prairie. A fire crackles inside. The wind was howling and the snow was blowing, but inside the little log house on the prairie, everything was snug and warm. Ma was busy getting supper, while Mary and Laura sat by the fire, their faces glowing in the firelight. They were thinking about Christmas. Suddenly, a loud stamping of feet was heard outside the door. Ma opened it, and there was Mr. Edwards. He was tall and lean, with a long brown beard, and he was covered from head to toe in snow. "Come in, Mr. Edwards. Come in, Mr. Edwards. Come in," said Ma. "You must be nearly frozen." Mr. Edwards stomped the snow from his boots and came in. He took off his big coat and fur cap and sat by the fire, stretching his cold hands to the warmth. "That's a blizzard, all right," he said. "I was afraid I wouldn't make it." Laura and Mary looked at him with wide, worried eyes. If Mr. Edwards had trouble getting through the storm, what about Santa Claus? The creek was rising, a torrent of icy water and floating ice chunks. How could Santa's reindeer possibly cross it? "I guess Santa Claus won't be able to come," Laura said sadly. Mary's lip began to tremble. They had been so good, and they wanted their presents so much. 2 big tears rolled down Laura's nose. Now, Mr. Edwards said, his voice deep and kind. "Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Did I ever tell you about the time I met Santa Claus?" Laura and Mary immediately stopped crying. They leaned forward, eager to hear. "Well," Mr. Edwards began, "it was a long time ago, on a night just like this one. I was walking along the creek bank, and the water was high, just like it is now. I was sure Santa couldn't get across. But just as I was thinking that, I saw him. He was on the other side of the creek, with his big sleigh and all his reindeer." "What did he look like?" Mary asked, her eyes shining. "He was all dressed in fur, from his head to his foot," Mr. Edwards said, his eyes twinkling. "And his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. He had a big bundle of toys flung on his back, and he looked just like a peddler opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry." Laura and Mary listened, completely captivated. Santa Claus looked at that roaring creek, and then he looked at me. He just laughed. A big jolly laugh that shook his whole belly. Thing. And then he gave a whistle, and up on the housetop those reindeer flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas, too. Mr. Edwards paused, letting the magical image sink in. But, before he disappeared, he continued. He called down to me. "Mr. Edwards," he said, "I can't get to the Ingalls house tonight because of this creek. Would you be a good fellow and take these presents to the little girls for me?" "And did you?" Laura breathed. Mr. Edwards grinned. "Of course I did. I couldn't let Santa down. He threw 2 packages down to me. They were wrapped so tightly they didn't get wet at all. And I promised I would deliver them." He reached into the big pockets of his trousers. "And here they are," he said, pulling out 2 small packages. He gave one to Mary and one to Laura. Their hearts beat fast. They carefully unwrapped their presents. Inside Mary's was a beautiful new tin cup, shiny and bright. And inside Laura's was another tin cup, just like Mary's. They were the most wonderful presents they had ever seen. But that wasn't all. Mr. Edwards reached into his pockets again. "Santa said to tell you there was something else in his pack for you," he said. He pulled out 2 long red and white striped candy canes. Laura and Mary had never seen anything so beautiful. They licked the sweet peppermint, their eyes sparkling with happiness. And then, as if that weren't enough, Mr. Edwards pulled out a penny for each of them. A whole penny. They could hardly believe their luck. They held their new cups, their sweet candy, and their shiny pennies, feeling like the richest little girls in the world. That night, tucked in their trundle bed, Mary and Laura lay awake for a long time, listening to the wind and the fire. They weren't sad anymore. Santa Claus had come after all. He had met Mr. Edwards and sent them the most perfect Christmas presents. They snuggled close together, warm and happy, their new tin cups shining on the mantel in the firelight.